Kate from the
English Sisters.
Welcome to
Get Real with the English Sisters.
Welcome everyone.
Welcome.
Today we're going to be talking about
Expectations. Ay, ay, ay.
Why'd you say that?
I don't know. Expectations. I don't know. Can they always be met? And aren't they a great cause of anxiety?
It means you're kind of expecting something to happen.
Yeah, you're always expecting. Well, I think, come on, we're always expecting things to happen, aren't we? Like, we know things to be true. Like, we wake up in the morning, you get up, you go to the bathroom, you open the water, you expect the water to come out, don't you?
But when it doesn't.
I think when it doesn't, yeah. You turn your car on, you expect it to work. And when it doesn't, I think that can really put you into like a spiral of panic and thinking, you know, what you expect to happen has not happened. So you get, you know, you can really become anxious.
You can.
Because come on, we expect everything, don't we? We expect things to work out.
Expect the Wi-Fi to work.
We expect the Wi-Fi. We expect that when we make the coffee, it's going to taste nice. We have certain expectations in order to live, I think, because otherwise it wouldn't be a nice, smooth road, would it? If everything went wrong all the time.
So you're saying that when
I think expectations
aren't met, the road is bumpy.
Well, yes. I think if you know you're going to have a bumpy road ahead, say, hey, watch out, you know my road, for example, this country road is terrible. So you know it, you expect
full of potholes.
You expect the potholes, you know, so you go slowly. But when you're not expecting the pothole and your car falls into it, that's when I think, you know, the expectation part can become...
But if you get in the rut and you go in the hole in the road,
if you fall in the hole, like one wheel,
your car, say, and then you get a burst tire.
That's horrible, isn't it?
You're expecting when you go through the bumpy road and your tire goes in. I would expect. I hope I haven't got a
flat tire.
Yeah.
What do you mean?
Then
you
when
expect the worst.
Yeah,
you expect
and then
the worst.
When I don't have a flat tire, I'm happy. So I think that's where my expectations are
quite low then. Like when you fall in the hole, you expect your tire to...
I expect the worst, so when it's not as bad, I think, oh, yippee.
I think that's what pessimists do, really. Even though we always think...
I always think that we're very optimistic in life.
Yes, but then again, are we? Or are we just terrible and we're really pessimistic and we always expect the worst? So when the good comes, no matter what it is, we're like, oh, wow, this turned out. No, I don't know. Kind of in some aspects, I think we both are a bit like that.
So do you think if you're not optimistic, if you think the worst is going to happen, your expectations aren't that high, and so that when things turn out well
or just okay, you're fine.
You're fine.
But if you expect, you expect everything to go smoothly and you don't expect us to have holes in the road.
You don't prepare, do you?
You don't prepare and you don't expect to have to wait this queue wherever you're going, or, you know.
Maybe that's what it is, that we prepare for things. It's about preparation.
Yes, and then again, it's about mental preparation, isn't it? Sort of like mentally expecting, like when we go to an airport, like me and Violetta, we go like 3 hours before the flight. Because we kind of expect there to be traffic. We expect not to be able to park the car.
The truth is that we want the time to enjoy it.
We do like it because once we're off on the road... then you're away from your normal life, aren't you? Which is...
Well, you're on holiday. You're on your business trip.
Whatever it is, but we enjoy it. Yeah, that...
Usually we're on a business trip when we go. We're going to a conference. So we consider it like a holiday because you're getting away from your daily routine, and we do enjoy it. But really, it's work.
But it's also about expectations, isn't it?
Well, I expect to go with you and have a good time.
Yeah.
For sure. Whatever we're doing. But the other day I noticed it because when I went in the morning, do you remember when we went shopping together?
Yeah.
And when I first came out of the house, I thought it was really cold. And then when I got out the car at the shopping area, I said, "Oh, isn't it warm today?" And you said, "No, it's freezing."
It was cold, because my expectations were, it was supposed to be cold, so I expected to feel cold, and I did feel cold, so my expectations were met. Whereas you had a pleasant surprise.
But I expected it to be cold, but then I thought, no, it's not cold. It's sunny and it's warm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think that, I guess that can be a cause of anxiety too, the weather. I mean, talk to any British person about the weather.
The weather is a great cause of anxiety.
I guess so. So if you're expecting it to be really pleasant and you've planned something and it's not pleasant, you can...
Well, yeah, but if you expect it to be raining...
And the sun comes out.
But then you can think, oh, I expected it to be raining and then it's nice, but then I didn't do what I wanted to do. And I didn't plan and I feel as if I'm missing out now.
Yeah.
Fear of missing out.
I think the best thing really is not to be so rigid with our expectations. I think I think we can, if we're more flexible, so we say, okay, I can expect the best and then the loveliest possible outcome, but if it doesn't happen, if there is a queue or there is something that a traffic stop, or I'm sort of prepared for it.
There's preparation again.
I think it's being slightly flexible and having that kind of giving yourself that extra time.
I suppose when we travel, we always expect that our suitcases might get lost. So we always pack a little handbag, don't we?
Yeah, we're pessimistic, aren't we? Yeah. You kind of pack the necessities in your hand baggage,
Isn't that being prepared, not pessimistic? I don't feel as if I'm a pessimist. I feel very optimistic about things.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't know. You told me this once. You said maybe we're pessimistic in this thing.
No, I don't think it's pessimistic. I think we prepare for the worst, so when the good happens, it's very nice.
We're really happy about it.
We're really happy.
Maybe, yeah.
Well, like if we go to the airport, we sort of expect there's going to be delays, don't we?
Well, yeah.
And we don't get worked up. We just know there's probably going to be an hour.
And we've allowed enough time.
Yeah,
definitely. Yeah, I mean, but expectations are also like in other things, like when you book your holiday and you expect it to be... Oh, God, I mean, that can be real cause of anxiety, can't it? If you book, you think, I'm going to have fun. I'm going to really relax in these 12 days or 10 days. And then you've got all those expectations that you're carrying with you.
Having fun. It's a bit like the wedding day or or birthdays. You expect it to be so fun.
Well, the wedding day, I don't know about it being fun. I guess so. Yeah, that can cause... God, we know weddings can cause extreme anxiety, When really all you'd have to do is just let go and say, I'm going to have a lovely party today. I remember thinking that at my wedding day. I just thought, it's going to be fun. But I did think it was going to be fun. And then a lot of it wasn't. A lot of it was, sort of taking photos and stuff. But it was fun too.
It was great fun.
It was a party. I remember thinking, this is a party.
It's a party. So you have to reframe them. Yeah. Is that what you're saying?
I do
reframe your expectations. Or reframe what you're doing.
Well, yeah, I think
reframe, you're just seeing it from a different perspective.
Yeah, seeing it from a different perspective. Like a wedding can be a party. I don't know what. It depends what kind of parties. I suppose it can't be that wild at the beginning. It has to be structured.
Parties aren't wild.
Yeah.
What kind of parties are you?
I've never been to those wild.
Don't come out as if you go to wild parties.
No, I was just like seeing, like on the film I saw, there was this really wild party. Not saying I go to wild party every day.
You've never gone to one in your life, I don't think.
No. So yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess it's a lot of reframing. So if you're going on a holiday, what would be a good reframe is to say, I am just going to be taking time away from work.
I probably have a few fights.
Oh gosh, yeah, you often have a few fights on your holiday, don't you? Is that what you do?
Well, no, but I mean,
it could happen.
It's very common, isn't it, to argue on holiday?
God,
because you're close to your partner all the time, or
you're
with a family member,
time
even with your friends.
With your friends,
it's really quite common.
It is common.
But then
you're spending much more time together, aren't
then you make up. Yeah, and I don't think it's just about time. It's that you've got more time to think about things, because when you're in your daily routine everything is very sort of kind of scheduled for most of us in our day. So you have a routine where you're doing all your stuff you have to do, and there's not that much time to think about stuff, really.
No. I
think that's what's happened with the pandemic, that it's brought us all back into focus on what life is really all about, because before we were all like going around in our own little, I suppose, heads, without really realising that how much of it is automated, how much of our lives are actually automated, without actually thinking, is this what I really want to do? Is this how I really want to be? Is this
We're just going towards...
You're just kind of, just like a little robot almost, just going on and on.
Going on and on, meeting all your little expectations, and they're met, and if they're not met, then you go mad. The train's late, I have a little fit. This is happening, lots of little anger.
Cause anxiety, do you think? Why do you think that letting go of expectations, say, would give you anxiety relief?
Instant relief, I'd say. Because then if the train is late, you reframe and you say, oh, great, I've got time to go next doors and get a cup of coffee and sit down and debrief and take, de-stress before getting home. No matter what happens that doesn't meet the exact expectation you have, you can see it in a different way. You go away on a holiday. You're not expecting to have the time of your life. Your expectations. And
what about if it rains on holiday?
Exactly. Yeah, God. Yeah. If it rains, you can say, okay, I'll do something else, go sightseeing or something. If I can't go on the beach, of course you're going to be slightly annoyed, aren't you?
You'll be a bit
if it's
upset.
A beach holiday, yeah. Lots of times you spend tons of money to get to the tropics.
We went on holiday. It wasn't very nice, was it, in the summer? But it was lovely getting away, though.
Oh, yeah, I didn't remember that. I didn't remember.
Afterwards, the thing with expectations is that afterwards, when it's all over, you don't really remember how rainy it was. You remember the good things.
I just remember the lovely things. I remember the delicious pizza and the beautiful sandy beaches. I forgot about the rain.
Yeah, so like we were on the beach for half an hour and it started raining.
God, yeah. Well, we did go like halfway through September.
I know.
So that is to be expected. I mean, I know we went
did kind of expect it. Yeah, I think if that had happened...
If it happened in July and August, you think, God, I'm so unlucky.
August, they have August showers. Yeah.
Not as much. Come on, it's not like mid-September.
No.
We kind of knew it, didn't we?
We did.
Yeah, that's a price you pay for the empty beaches, isn't it? But afterwards, you don't really remember those things anyway, like what you said. Well, I didn't. You've just pointed it out. I thought it was a lovely holiday.
Oh, so did I. It was lovely. It was lovely. It was rainy.
Yeah, it did rain a lot. Yeah. So what happens if it does rain, you mean?
Expect it to be bumpy. You don't have to get anxious about it. Use the time to do something else. I mean, you never know where your life is going to take you, do you? I mean, a rainy day could... You could think of an idea for a new book, or if or something really inspiring, redoing your house, or
something else,
that you haven't had time to think about it because our lives are so chock-a-block with everything. And also,
so maybe it's a good thing if our expectations aren't met all the time, because they're kind of like
they
shake you out of your reality. You expect the car to work, the car is not working. I mean, that's horrible, isn't it? That's so awful when the car doesn't start.
Oh, yeah.
It's only happened a few times, but unless you're into antique cars, like my husband is, and then his cars never work.
I think loads of cars, when they get a bit older, that tends to happen, or if it's really cold or something.
Yeah, and that's a bit of a jolt, isn't it?
It's a jolt, okay.
That's
I mean, it tests your skills, doesn't it? It tests your coping skills. It's also something to be...
We're just staring at each other now. If you can see us on YouTube, we're deep into thinking about this expectation.
I think you have to think about things, don't you? It's easy just to come up with ideas without. Well, it's not easy without thinking about them. I think that's what people expect as well, to be able to just come up with a solution to a problem without even thinking about it. Sometimes it can happen.
For example, what problem?
I don't know, any problem you may have.
You just expect there to be a solution.
Well, I think people, it's once again, it's going down to working at it. Unless you're even if you're just like meditating on the problem without actually thinking about it, it'll come to mind a solution for it.
If you're meditating on it.
Yeah.
Goodness me, well, what if you don't want to meditate on it? Normally, doesn't it come to mind when you take a break from it and you just go for a walk and you think about something completely different?
Meditating, isn't it? Going for a walk. It's a kind of meditation.
I guess you're right. You're like interrupting.
Your body is preoccupied with the walk. It's occupied with walking, and your mind has time to think.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
You can think about a lot of things like that, can't you?
Yeah. It is a great way of changing what state you're in, if you just like go for a walk and do something like that.
When you're on your walk, if you expect it to be
if you expect it to be sunny and you expect to see the cherry trees and you don't, you step in something you don't want to step in, then what happens?
But I think that's when I think what we're trying to say in a roundabout way is that when you're flexible with your expectations, then everything seems to be okay. Everything's okay. Like if you're feeling down one day, but you think, okay, that's fine, I'm feeling down, so what?
Yeah, because you don't always expect to feel, great. Yeah. Even about your own mental health.
About your own mental health. Or if you're feeling great one day and then the next day you feel down, but you don't, just because you felt great maybe for a few weeks and something happens and you feel down, you don't have to expect to immediately feel great the next moment either. It can go both ways with the expectations. So that's where I think where all the anxiety lies, that there's too much pressure put on us now to feel a certain way. Like if you are feeling low,
like living a certain life,
or if you are feeling like, if you have like been diagnosed, say even with clinical depression or something, and then the next day you might feel okay and you might feel like wanting to do something, but then you think no, because I've got this diagnosis, and it's all like putting you in the box all the time, isn't it? All these words around you that it doesn't really allow you to be just free to be who you are.
Yeah.
Because you kind of expect to be ill or you expect to be well.
Yeah.
There's no like in between. Like sometimes you can feel like this and sometimes you can feel better and sometimes you can feel worse, and it's whatever it is, it's okay.
Yeah, I think the antidote to all of this really is just flexibility then. Just really allowing ourselves to be flexible with our expectations. It's normal to have expectations, but be flexible with them.
Also, I think for perfectionists it's difficult.
Goodness me, yeah,
that can cause a lot of anxiety. If you can identify with being a perfectionist, that everything has to be, grade A. That's very awkward.
Very awkward, yeah. That's
it's very awkward because it's very tough on yourself. You're being very tough on yourself without maybe even realizing it. Because
or you think maybe somebody else expects that of you, but parents' expectations or teachers, but fundamentally it's the only thing that really counts is what you expect from yourself. And if you say, I expect myself to be flexible, I expect myself to allow things to come to me and I will accept them, then that's a different lifestyle of saying, no, I expect to do this, this and this and this, and if it doesn't go right or it doesn't go the way you expected it to go, then you're going to be upset.
But what about if your expectations are too low as well?
Then you do very little because you expect nothing of yourself.
And you expect that you're not worthy of nicer things or a better lifestyle.
Yeah, that can be very dangerous as well.
To work on. You need help with, I think.
Yeah, definitely need help with.
Talk to a friend or someone that can help you.
Yeah, if you think
to a professional.
I have no expectations, and then obviously. You definitely it's worth a chat, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Definitely worth a chat.
Because I think it can go two ways. People can expect too much, or they can expect too little as well.
Yeah,
so it's a medium.
It's being flexible, again, isn't it? Neither too much nor
too little.
Too little. You don't want to pull too much one way or pull too much the other way. You just allow, sort of nature to take its place, because yes, we expect the daffodils to come up in spring, but if they don't come up in March, they might come up later on.
Sometimes they come up in June.
Exactly. But if the bulb has been put into place, and it will eventually come up. So I think you can expect, but have a lovely flexibility about it that will allow you to heal and to feel better. Don't you agree?
I do. I'm just thinking about the bulb. Sometimes it can get frozen or something.
That's what I mean.
They might not come back.
They might not come back, and you think,
they might come back there, but they might have produced a little baby bulb or something.
Yeah.
A bulblet. You've seen those little baby bulbs?
No, I haven't. I'm always surprised when they come up each year. Because I'm kind of like not expecting them. And I think, oh, wow, they've come up again. It's incredible. They just go to sleep.
Well, you kind of forget about them, don't you?
Yeah, you forget. As the seasons pass, you forget.
Well, are your expectations high or low or in between? And do you find that if you're expecting too much one day and then it's not like that it's hard for you?
I think it is hard for all of us. But I think if it is hard...
Also, I'm just coming to mind with fitness expectations. Sometimes you expect your body to perform in a certain way, and then afterwards you might have a health problem.
Exactly, and you can't.
What happened to me?
With your eye,
I can't do my walking or whatever. So then you just have to think, okay, I'm going to chill now, and get back on track in a few weeks or a few months or a year, whenever it is.
A lot of it's acceptance. Yeah.
I think if you accept what is,
and you kind of can almost enjoy it as well in a certain way. You can say, okay, because it's reframing again, isn't it?
Reframing.
So what is, okay, like for example, you can't train now because you had a retina detachment, etc., etc. So you accept what is, and you read or you do something else.
And do something
else.
That's productive. I find helpful.
You enjoy.
You find helpful.
You find helpful, yeah.
In the end, if you're looking for things, you'll find helpful things if you're looking out for them. If you're open to seeing them.
If you're open to seeing them, yeah.
And perceiving and accepting them, you will find.
Your eyes will have to sort of broaden and open up to see them. And they can see them. So
you can.
You can definitely see them.
What you can see.
Tell us what you can see and
how you feel about expectations.
Yeah.
Thank you
for
listening. And if you'd like to watch the video, it's on YouTube too, on our YouTube channel. And please follow and take a few minutes to rate, as we really appreciate it. Thank you. Bye from the English Sisters. Bye-bye.